in the way I practice numerology, I often use it as a timekeeping system in many ways, right? We live in 9-year cycles. We live in a spiral pattern as we slowly ascend, years 1 through 9. And I think in the same way, law spirals. It's a spiral, right? There's layers and layers to it in multiple ways. One is that, thinking patterns and legal doctrines, they die out and they come back, right? These ideas, they spiral. But the other way that they spiral is, because law works off of precedent and stare decisis, which is that, you can't just stray away from what other judges have said about an issue. You are supposed to either distinguish it or build upon it. And you have to kind of keep with the law in that way. You can't just go off the rails and do whatever you want. But because of that, because it comes from precedent, and we have this, because we're human and we have our own biases, we often will layer something new on top of it, right? We'll look at our situation, we'll say, well, this situation isn't the same as that judge's situation, and so I'm going to tweak the law just a little bit because I've distinguished it, and layer that, something else on top of it. And then I'll layer something else on top of it. I think, a great example of this is Groff v. DeJoy. This is also a religion case, but it's about how do we define who is a boss? How do you decide who's a boss? How do you decide who's a decision maker? Which, it's funny because you would think, oh, that's super obvious, who the boss is. It's the one who makes decisions, the one who decides things. But
it's the one that can fire you if you're
right.
confused.
Yes, it's the one who can fire you. But, over time, we've layered and layered so much of what is a manager, what does a boss mean, because
what is a man, what is a woman? I mean,
right.
we're falling apart here.
Yes, we are. We're having a hard time. And, in Groff v. DeJoy, we shifted our paradigm. Right before, the idea was, well, a boss is anyone who can make some kind of adverse action against you, like you said, like firing or demoting or transferring, something like that. And we're still saying that, but now it's whoever has the power, whoever's the decision maker, kind of at the top rather than at the bottom, if that makes sense. Because, in many companies and corporations, they have layers and layers of managers on managers on managers. And so then, who's the real manager? Well, it's the one who has the ultimate decision-making power. And so you just see these terms, we twist and we twist and we twist. And that's why that question, like, what is a woman, is so fascinating, because that's what the law does, right? It spirals and it spirals and it spirals. And whether it's an upward spiral, a downward spiral, east, west, you can decide for yourself, right? But the law is a constant spiral, just like numerology, and our lives are in a constant spiral.